going on, Jerome? It's beautiful Wednesday. Vikings back on the practice field. The first day of practice before taking on the low-energy Detroit Lions. U.S. Bank Stadium Sunday for supremacy in the NFC North Division. Kevin O'Connell fed the local media jackals ahead of the game, and he said some things and some stuff. So let's talk about some things and some stuff. First off, padded practice today, getting after things. Where I feel like, especially late in the season, teams basically just like don't do padded practices, right? But I think the Vikings, they understand that, hey, this is going to be a physical lunch pail game on Sunday, and getting back after things and making sure that knocking off the rust from the bye week and make sure that, hey, Lions are physical, we're just as physical, man. And the Vikings have done a great job putting an emphasis on the physicality in the trenches, because you would think that, okay, you play American-style football, you want to be physical, right? A lot of teams don't do that. So I love what Kevin O'Connell and the coaching staff have done thus far. This is a very, very physical-ass team, especially in the trenches. Cam Akers is back. Vikings made a move, a little swappy of some late round 2026 draft picks, and O'Connell made it very clear this is a depth move. Has no bearing on the running back room. Doesn't mean anything about Aaron Jones' status. But Cam is a solid 3-down back. He knows the offense. Knows Kevin O'Connell from the Rams, as well as here with the Vikings for a cup of coffee last season. So really glad to have him. Hockenson getting in that work, and is going to see where he's at this week. They asked him if the short week of the Rams is going to impact his availability on Sunday. I feel like O'Connell, he sort of goes back and forth. So, talking to a PA, he sounded very bullish on Hockenson being back, but his comments with the media is sort of hedging. And he pointed out, like he said many times with injuries, it is a long season, right? So I wouldn't be shocked if Hockenson misses on Sunday and maybe even on Thursday, and then they go ahead and get him ready to go for the Week 9 game against the Colts in November. Also, hopeful that Aaron Jones plays on Sunday. We'll see what the practice report says. It was a good thing to see him out there at the Monday walkthrough, but his availability, TBD. Even if he goes, I don't think that he'll be at 100%, and I don't think that Kevin O'Connell would want to do that, especially since they brought in Cam Akers. Blake Cashman, unfortunately, turf toe. Kevin O'Connell says he's day-to-day, week-to-week. He said that he's probably not going to be a candidate for injured reserve. But Andrew Kramer-Strib did report that Souses did say that he's likely going to be out on Sunday. So that's a loss. That's a loss, dog. But also, Kamu Grugier-Hill has been awesome. Plus, Ivan Pace Jr. has been. So when he was sidelined, O'Connell talked about how he's just missing that edge, and Pace Jr. definitely brings that. And replacing Cashman, Pace Jr. is going to be in the hub of communication. Like, that means he's going to be wearing the green dot. Kamu's a veteran, a pro's pro who knows what to do. And also, there's always opportunity in everything, right? And Flores does have this great chance, because of the versatility in that front seven, to really have a lot of fun. So you could see Metellus at linebacker. Also, O'Connell talked about deploying the edge rushers in a different fashion. Andrew Van Ginkel has off-ball flexibility. Diamond Dallas Turner certainly does as well. So even if Cashman doesn't go, it's a huge loss, especially since the Lions are one of the better running teams in the league. But the Vikings have an opportunity to do something really fun up front, and I can't wait to see it on Sunday. Also, speaking of stopping the run, talk about how it really is disciplined team football. Setting the edge, clogging up the cutback lanes, rallying to the ball. And the teams that are bad against the run, it's not so much lack of talent or scheme. It really is about players playing hero ball, right? So you eschew your gap responsibility because you're trying to make a play. Then all of a sudden, they cut it back, and then you're out of position, and then everyone else is out of position, and then they bust a big gain, right? But the Vikings, I love the humility on this defense. Everyone wants to do their job and do what's best for the team. It's fantastic. Lions defense. So showed a lot of love to Brian Branch. In fact, he was asked 3 different questions about Brian Branch. Like, Brian Branch is good, but he's not the topic of conversation for a Vikings presser. But Brian Branch is a modern version of Antoine Winfield Jr. He could play safety, slot, outside corner. He's physical. Like, he can do a lot of things. And then Kirby Joseph. O'Connell was very muted in his praise with Joseph. He's just like, he's physical. I think that's just like, not saying, I'm just saying. Also, I talked about moving Justin Jefferson around because they've seen every coverage structure known to man. Plus, he took a shot at the Bills because the Bills had 12 men and they still weren't able to stop him. That's what happens, man. But, talking about moving Jefferson around, getting him cleaner looks, but also he does have responsibility to the other receivers as well. So it really is how does the defense want to play it? And if you want to double or bracket Jefferson, we're going to go somewhere else. If you leave Jefferson singled up, it's going to be pain. All right, so it really is a pick your poison on offense there. Talk about trades. He said the boilerplate coaching line. Well, we're happy with the roster. We're happy we have Cam Akers, but Kwesi's still going to work. Look to upgrade, which I just feel that Kwesi has a blockbuster trade in him. I just feel like, yeah, it's nice to have that first-round pick, but the Vikings have this glorious chance to win a Super Bowl this year. F them picks and just go all in. All right. And lastly, talk about how feeling terrible for Aiden Hutchinson. A lot of respect for him, and that resonates around the league because he talked about it is a fraternity, and Hutchinson has a lot of respect in the Vikings locker room. It's unfortunate that he's not going to be out there on Sunday, and wishing him a speedy recovery, and hopefully he can continue on his Pro Bowl, All-Pro, maybe even Hall of Fame trajectory. One of the best players in the game, and wishing him the best. But that's it. That's takeaways from Kevin O'Connell's Wednesday presser ahead of the Low Energy Detroit Lions matchup on Sunday. Let us know your thoughts, our thoughts, his thoughts. Comment section. You know what to do. Skull production value.